Welcome to our discussion. Very quickly, I want to share with you how the education is going to evolve in the sense contribution from an education industry. It has to evolve, but sometimes I see some institutions are progressing, many of them are stuck. So if you look at this pyramid, initially there is this particular, the bottom is information. The second level is knowledge, and last level is wisdom. You collect a lot of information, then you convert into knowledge, and eventually it becomes wisdom. Okay, so let's keep that in mind. Once upon a time, a good number of education institutions, they were just imparting information. Okay, they're giving information on the topic, subject, giving a whole lot of data. Okay, when the Google came in, the Google had started uh, doing the same task. Now, whatever information you want, you ask the Google, it will give you. So you don't need institution or university to give information. So that means the education institution job is Google doing in this area. Then another area, which is a knowledge. Professors, they read a 10 or 20 or 100 books on a topic. So they acquired a good amount of information and churned that information and distilled it. Okay. And they know how to contextualize that data or information. Now they have knowledge about a topic or a subject or theory. So professors were the source of giving knowledge. So a good number of institutions were in the zone of knowledge imparting. Now, this area is also taken care by AI. And today's AI not only give you information, they can give you synthesized information. Today's AI is million times better than the best of the best professors. So that means, once again, education industry is kind of has to find its own significance. Google came in and it changed the whole equation of imparting information, becoming much more valid entity. And when AI came and toppled the professor imparting knowledge, because AI is 100 times better than best of the best professor imparting knowledge on a particular subject. So once again, you can see that education per se is kind of dwindling. So what is left is the wisdom. Now, the wisdom is something we cannot give wisdom to somebody. That needs to be acquired by that individual. But there is something we can make it happen. In the sense, to acquire wisdom, you need certain kind of support system, ambience, certain tools and scaffolding. So that is what institutions and universities and professors can do. That is what I call it as a frameworks. So in coming days and decades, universities and professors are just teach frameworks and let the students use those frameworks to find a solution. Because students are not going to learn information because they can get information easily from Google. Students are not bothered about your knowledge because AI is much, much knowledgeable than any professors. But inculcating framework or usage of framework or encouraging students to practice frameworks and use those frameworks on real life tasks. And that's the only thing left. And once you start using framework, you as a student, as a learner, develop your own wisdom to solve the problems. So that's how this area, the framework teaching, become the primary role of university and institution in coming days and decades. Thanks for listening.